Congratulations, Robbie. I mean, how does it feel to have 16 number one albums to your name, a record holder?
Absolutely insane. I'm still trying to take it all in, figure out what it all means, how I should feel. Um, I can just tell you that I'm glad that it's happened to me. Um, Unbelievable.
You were tied with the Beatles until today, which is obviously iconic in itself. Have you has Macca dropped you a text? Have you heard from any of them?
No, but I'm bigger than the Beatles and Jesus. There you go. There's your headline.
I mean, that is just like badass, though, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
to say that you're, as a record holder, bigger than the Beatles is absolutely wild.
Um, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. You know, the Beatles, the best band to ever exist. They did everything before they split up and then achieved what they achieved with their solo careers and stuff. And here's this daft apeth from Stoke wandering into the party and claiming some sort of record that overthrows them for 5 minutes. You know, I mean, in my life and in my mind, I'll have that mean happiness for me. But I also realize that the Beatles are the Beatles and Elvis is Elvis. And I should be stacking some shelves in an Asda in Stoke-on-Trent. So I'm just very, very lucky.
I'm sure luck has nothing to do with it. You know,
But
you've got a lot of life in you yet, and I know you said that there's already plans for new albums. Have you got a figure in mind of how many number one albums you want to have?
I think this could be a end to the want and need in this particular field. Doesn't mean that I won't be putting out album after album because I've got 5 ready to go. But, you know, I can exhale now and go, okay, we did this. Who am I kidding? I always want more. Oh, I've got a more problem. I'm a more monster. The hole is unfillable. So scrap everything I've just said. I want more.
And I guess in some ways it's a terrifying place to be now because you're going to be looking over your shoulder thinking, right, who's behind me? Who's coming up and trying to take this?
No, not really, because you know it happened. You know, I did it. I broke a record, and there will always be somebody else that breaks your record as regarding to whatever it is. But for now, you know, I'm just sitting in the glory of whatever the this means. It's insane.
Have you got the number one trophies? I'm not sure when they were introduced. Really, like have you got 16 number one trophies to your name that are piled up on a shelf in your house?
Oh, why would I do that?
Absolutely exceptional.
Why would I? They're coming everywhere with me now.
Have you got all 16? You've not even lost one along the way. That's impressive.
Yeah, no, they're there's all 16 are there. Yeah.
Are you going to keep them in the cabinet? Are they on the mantelpiece, or are they sort of scattered around the house, a doorstop here, and things like that?
No, there's nothing in my house that would suggest I am me and I do what I do for a living. No awards are up. No photos of me, other than the ones with my family. But it should be somewhere. Those should be somewhere. Maybe in the garage where I can, if I'm just showing people around. Oh yeah, those. Oh, who put those there?
I think that's exactly what you need to do. Good idea. And it was a surprise, obviously, when the album came out last Friday. So what was behind the decision to move it forward and suddenly drop it then?
Sony recommended that we do it. And I'm always down for some and, a surprise drop is very now and also very punk. So, you know, pull the levers, full steam ahead, let's go.
What can you say about the 5 albums? You said they're already like done. Are they in the bank? They're ready to go?
They're all demos right now. But I don't think I will be writing, but I don't think I have to write for a long time. I've already done it all. There's a vault full of stuff. You know, whether great swathes of the general public will want it from me, who knows and who cares? But I've got stuff to deliver.
I always remember that in an Instagram live in like 2020, you played a song of yours which sort of sampled or interpolated Come On Eileen. Is that ever going to see the light of day?
Yes. Yeah, that should. Bobby Fresh. Yes. Well done. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah. And thank you for watching or knowing that exists.
That was most of my lockdown, was watching you on Instagram Live every week. Everyone else was making sourdough and, you know, banana bread or learning a language, and I was just mostly watching you on Instagram Live.
Oh, so. Bless you. Thank you for watching.
And you've just, it just came out the other week that you sort of relocated to Miami and the Maldives. How is life in paradise going?
I'm not going to lie, it's not. You know, I'm done with bad weather. You know, I was out of the UK for like 24 years, and then I was in the UK, and then I know what I prefer. Unfortunately, you know, it goes dark and grey at the end of September, and if you're lucky, it doesn't stop being dark and grey until the end of May. So I'm doing away with that bit and just being in the sunshine. And if you can, why not? Why wouldn't you?
And then you'll just come back here for a couple of summer months, is that it?
Yeah. I mean, everybody's heading to the Cotswolds, aren't they?
The other people, obviously your new neighbours in Miami, well, they've lived there for a while. Between there and the Cotswolds is the Beckhams. So, they've been making you feel welcome in Miami. Have you been hitting them up?
Yeah, Brown, we go around for a cup of sugar and all of that business. No, we haven't seen them. You know, talking about the new music and stuff, I know you've spoke about Teddy being sort of really into showbiz and that she's written music before. Have you been writing with her? Is there a possibility that there could be a new album from her before your next one? Oh, no, there won't be a album from Ted before my next one, but she's raring to go, and she's very, very talented. She's got a wonderful voice. And she writes songs easily. And she's miles ahead of me when I was her age. And, you know, she's a girl too. They're just smarter than boys, aren't they? So, I'm incredibly proud of her. I can't wait to see what she creates. I love her.
Have you had a discussion about when she might feel ready, or when you would feel ready for her to be able to, you know, sort of put herself out there like that? Because she was just in a film, wasn't she? But I guess, you know, putting yourself out there as an artist is something else entirely.
Well, I've always wanted her to come on stage and sing with me for like the last 3 years at least. But then you see other children of famous people get up and them pulled apart. And I was just thinking, best to wait a bit. Yeah. Wouldn't want to kill her confidence before it starts.
And just a couple of other bits then. I saw Harry Styles has just released a song today. Do you feel any sort of synergy with him as someone who, you know, came from a boy band and then had this like sort of massive solo career?
Yeah, of course. For the reasons that you just said. There was the boy band. I was in a boy band. Then there was the politics of being in a boy band. Then there's the politics of leaving. And then there's the politics of having a very successful solo career. So yeah, there is synergy, and I do relate to him an awful lot. I haven't spent a lot of time with him, but he's a very cerebral, interesting dude that's making interesting music. And of course, you know, he's a generational charisma and beauty. the likes of which only come round once in a generation. So I'm a full Harry fan.